It looks like we only really need to play 3 more games before we finally get rid of our question mark here on Pandanet. We're currently at the 3Q range. Last week we played a 2Q. Let's see who we get this week. Could be, was it 2Q to 4Q? Could be anyone in there. Found a game already. Going to say hi. I am white. They don't usually leave here, but we have a 4Q plus, which I believe means there is no Comey, but we'll find out. I'm just going to do my standard opening because I just really like it right now. Oh, splitting. Interesting. Well, I am happy to take this enclosure. Interesting. They didn't even go all the way. I'm also happy to do this to get some points. This does look a little bit weird sometimes, but I do think it's a good move. And then we can play again. If they surround us, we are in a little bit of potential trouble. So we will play another move here. They're going to come down here. There is a cutting point technically, but it's kind of hard for them to use. And they're playing on the wrong side because the top side is the biggest side of the board because that's where the 3-4 point is. So I'm extremely happy to be able to approach that first. This enclosure was a little bit early and not that great. Ooh, a little bit greedy here. We're just going to play the standard move. We're not going to be greedy ourselves. Yeah, and then there's still plenty of space here to invade or hurt the group. Normally, I might just invade here along the side, but there's one way that's a really cool way to do it, and that is this one attachment here. When they have this large knight, you can attach here. Then if they take the corner, you get a little bit of extra space. And then if they don't want the corner, that's fine. We can just take it ourselves. Atari. Okay. I'm not going to let him do that. So we'll connect. And just blocking here, we're already pretty close to alive. And then the knights move, and we're now alive. He should not block here because that gives too many cutting points. Very good. Very good. But he probably should have done something, so we're going to push and cut anyway. Because our corner is alive. Oh, and he's just going to give it up. Oh, that's not good. That's not good enough here. Now we're getting more than what he's building with here. And our group is already very, very solid. So we are very, very happy to do that. So he does have a decent amount of points here. So instead of just passively taking my own points with trying to find a move to do that, we are going to go over the top of our opponent here. Let's do the large knight move. We're just going to just like lightly reduce from a distance while growing our own area on the top side. Yep, I'm happy with this. They're not getting that much more. It's really tempting to just take it all. The push is not Sente. This move is Sente, because otherwise you can Atari and come in. And I kind of want to just take it all. See what they do. Are they going to invade me? See if they can live? Let's find out. Oh, they are. They're just going to invade me and try to live. And this is an interesting exchange. I think I will just capture the one stone. Push. They block here. We cut. They Atari and then they connect. Then we just capture this. Or we can go after them too. I think we can push here. This is where our Aji is. So I'm going to fix that Aji. And then we'll just capture our points here. So we don't need to connect it all like that. We just are already basically fine here. And we got all of our points. Yep, there's nothing they can do about it. Yeah, we just stay connected. They're going to cut this off, but it's a little bit of a problem for them. We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. Because it's not Sente to cut here, necessarily. They don't have that many liberties anymore. Because they have to fix their Atari here. That lets me capture 3 stones. And that fixes it, but it fixes it in a weird way. So I just wonder if we can get something here. So we can give these stones up, but we're going to go after the left side here. I just wonder what we can get, basically. I think we can cut here. This is a really good move, because we can Atari. Maybe we shouldn't Atari. We can just extend, I guess, is fine. The Atari is a possibility. I just wanted to see my options first. Then we can at least turn here. And then we're able to attack the left side group. So we still got to keep all of our points. They got to capture something, but we get to attack. So we get to push through here, which is really nice. Do we want to jump here or just play all the way through? Just play all the way through. It looks fine. Yeah, they should just be alive. So I'm just going to protect this to make sure they can't break into the area very easily. Oh, and they went back and just lived like that. That's not necessarily that great. So I wonder if there's something over here at all. Probably not. I'm going to play this one just for fun. Not necessary in any way. Just for fun. If I get the Atari, I'd feel really good there. And now cut. Looks like we can just take our territory in this area and try to reduce at the same time. The point is we're trying to reduce too. We don't want to just build our own area. Like the Hane over here, yes, it is big, but we want to reduce as much as we can first. Like this. And now we actually are a lot stronger here. We can go back and Hane on this side to just take some extra points. But you kind of see that black only really has points on one side, where we have points on two different sides, which feels really good. And they can't do this one. We just defend. Man, we can just defend again. Yep, seems okay. And we have enough liberties on this group that we don't need to worry about it, basically. We can just pull back here, get rid of our cutting point. And we can just extend here, make sure we're alive in the corner. When you're so strong, you don't have to look for... Oh, they're going to try to live over here now. Okay. Yeah, when you're so strong, you don't have to look for anything too special. You just have to, like, we're not looking for moves to kill our opponent. We're looking for moves to just defend ourselves. And so that's what we should be aiming for here. So like here, I'm going to extend up because I want to defend myself. And we could defend here like this. So why not? And we can even just turn here because he has to live here still. He should have done the Hane first if he wanted to do it this way. So now we can Hane here. I think he should have probably extended where I played because we can now throw in over here. I guess he lives. But we're going to force him to live with just a couple points here by pushing down. And then we can still go here and here for other stuff. But we can always just get back to a big point now. Yeah, just this is really big. So yeah, he does have a move here. It is not Sente right now, but it will be Sente in the future. So we will answer that later. Do you want to push this way? We want to fix this Aji. I kind of like this move here. Because now we have this Hane, just directly looks like it. Then Atari. So maybe just do this one first. We'll do that one first, I guess. See if we can get a move for free. Yeah, the Hane first was probably better. But they still actually owe a move here because they have a shortage of liberties in this area. Should I actually highlight the shortage of liberties with the co? Is that a good idea? I guess I have at least one co threat. It doesn't matter. I think it's probably fine. Okay, he still backed off though. He didn't try to get extra, which means we do have this Atari into the cutting stuff here. So they will have to defend again. So I might as well take the Atari. Why not? And then we'll go back to the Hane here. Or actually maybe over here first. Yeah, I kind of like this one first. Is this Atari Sente? It doesn't feel like it, but I want it to be. Yeah, I think if I push here and then Atari, it should be Sente. If it doesn't respond, it's really, really big. Then this Hane is really big too. Reverse Sente move. But do we want this one first? This one's really big. And this one's also big. Maybe. Maybe we'll do this one. It's a pretty big move. It's a big endgame move over here. Yeah, that one's really big as well. I am going to connect and force them to do this one for now. So I should Atari while I can too, because I don't have any Aji with this one. Then I could play here. If they cut, we just fix. They cut again. It's looking a little awkward. So do we want to defend that? Maybe we have to defend this way. Yeah, let's defend this way. This looks like the way to make my shape look a little bit better, even though it's an empty triangle. This is what Endgame is, though. It's fine. They're cutting? That doesn't do anything, though. It's just a ladder. Okay. So we just capture, and then there's nothing here. Could even just do this one. This also works. Do I even need to answer? I'll just do this one, I guess. I can just connect here, and there's still the ladder. It's worth trying these things. If you think there's something there, it is actually worth playing these moves. As you get stronger, you just don't do it anymore. Does that move even do anything? I don't think it does anything. So I guess we'll just keep playing big moves again. Maybe we just can connect over here and get rid of a thing here. So they cut here. So their plan is there's an Atari here. I connect, then they peep over here, and then I block, and then they Atari me, and I connect and I die, right? So I have to connect, then they push up, and it's dead, so that doesn't work. So I just do this one. Then they connect up, and they only have a couple liberties still. So I don't think anything works here still. But maybe to make them feel better, I'll connect like this. Get rid of all this Aji. Make it easier for them to see. Okay, there's nothing there either. So I will just push here. Because they throw in, we just capture. So then we just play a big move. Just Hane. We don't have that many big moves left anyway, so we'll just Hane. Feels good. It doesn't matter too much. I'll just do this one for least amount of co-threats. That's a co, I guess. Sure, I'll respond. Yep, don't want to let them expand their ice space, but they don't have enough ice space to live, so nothing there. Okay, cool. They did respond to that, which means I will connect here. Because they could have pushed first, but they did not push first, so I get to take my point here. And they still have some Aji over here. Is that move even Sente? They do this one, I Atari. They go here, I just capture. They Atari me here, I connect. And I don't have any Aji over here. So I guess I will connect over here now. It's always good to read this out, right? Do I have any real Aji there? Is there anything they can actually do? And if the answer is no, then just let them do it. Because this is getting me points after this Atari. This Atari gets me points. So they definitely cannot do that. This is too good for me. They need to Atari from the outside. And that was the most important one. This just doesn't work. We just capture here. Or we can even extend. But we'll just capture. Get rid of the possibility of no liberties on this side. And even if they capture again, we don't even have to respond again. Because if they jump, we can Atari them. And then Atari. And then Atari. So they're just dead. So there's no real Aji here. They played too many stones inside my area now that if it was a close game, they could have just lost the game because of that. But again, if you feel like, I guess if you feel like the game is not close, you feel like maybe you're behind by a lot, then trying these things is good. Because you often don't lose too many points. But if the game you think is close, you definitely do not want to play this sort of stuff. That's why we don't play it as much as you rank up. Well, we passed now. Okay. Is there any other move on the board? Doesn't look like it, right? So yeah, pass looks good. So he just read it out and decided he couldn't do anything more. And let's get all these dead stones in. And looks good now. All right. I like that you actually have to assign the dead stones. I do like that a lot. I'm ahead by 40 points, basically 36.5. So I don't actually think I want to talk too much about the game here, but I do want to just point out that what sort of ended up happening was that my opponent played bad direction throughout the game. For example, the enclosure on the bottom, of course, it's not going to lose you the game usually, but allowing me to get the approach on top, which was already an extension from my corner, gives me a move that feels perfect on the board. Like it feels like it's doing multiple things at the same time. I'm reducing the corner, I'm building up the side, and I'm strengthening my enclosure by having an extension afterwards. Even if they decide to pincer in some way, I'm still getting something good here. And then they jump here, which is perfectly fine. But after I get into the corner and I live, they jump again in the center. And this is something I've talked about with some of my students really, is that when you're playing this jump in the center, it's only getting you this little bit of territory here. It's not getting you all of the center. It's getting you just this little tiny bit of territory here. So this move is worth 10 points maximum. And that's only if I don't reduce, right? Because I could reduce here at N8, and then you're only getting the extra 5 points. Maybe send an extra 5 points here. Maybe you can call this part the 10 points that you're getting. But just me pushing and cutting here and giving him that 10 points, plus even a little 5 or more extra, I'm also getting that same amount on the bottom. I already had a fairly large lead, and then I got even more out of this. And then they played another really slow move here. They already played one move that was a little bit slow, maybe not asking for that much, but this one is only getting 3 points, maybe 6 points. You could argue 6 points here. These moves are just not gaining much. Playing one of them is fine. Playing two of them is definitely not fine. So I can just reduce from the outside from a very far distance, make sure they just can't keep growing in a large way, and I just win the game. There is sort of an order of operations that you're supposed to do things. You're supposed to do right corner, side, then center. And the first corners that you do are 3-4 corners, not 4-4 corners. And then if you don't have any corners left, you want to prevent extensions. So just this first move of letting me get the approach, which was the 3-4 corners instead of a 4-4, and the extension, even though it's not building me a lot right now, is already significantly better direction in the game. And so we should be very happy with how the game has already gone. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys are having a good day and have fun.